Alrighty, boys and girls. It was time for another pretty special live stream, actually. And we're streaming pretty early. This one's 5 minutes left. And while we do this, I'm gonna have to do some very quick part forming. This kid's just taking my time. Just have to make sure to do some quick verifications real quick. Yep. And then I'll try to get this one shared. And the reason why I'm sharing this stream is for a pretty huge normal for a pretty special reason. It's the release, or I guess we are pretty much approaching the launch of RACECLUB. Now, I seem to have wondering why on earth I could not even share this directly on mobile. All in the days of just working, have to do all this myself, huh? Although there may have been a way for me to share this on Twitch app. Alright, I guess looks like I got it. Was able to find the link through the app, and it was like that uploading icon. My throat is a little bit weird for some reason. I don't know why. But maybe because I have not hydrated myself properly yet. Good thing for me, I prepared some tea. And I probably should have prepared it earlier. Because we were past 3 minutes. Now, there are also things that I kind of want to bring up before we are able to begin. It's 3 minutes remaining for this one. Number one is that this one is going to be quite pretty much one of them that's going to be, it's really special. It's pretty much going to be that really good stream of RACECLUB where we will have pretty much everything expected. Well, not really expected, but it's pretty much the launch of the title, so we will have pretty much access to, well, everyone, of course. But the one more important thing is because of the fact that we will have ourselves a little challenger goal. And the challenger goal will be the follower milestone. We'll have this one go ahead, getting this one setting up. And with this, let's go ahead and get this bad boy started. It will be popping up on, what was the goal again? Ah, yeah. It will be popping up right on the chat feed. So we have here the challenger goal, clearly visible on the right next to the JC logo. More importantly, I should have taken a drink of my tea because my throat is getting worse. So the goal for this one will be pretty much if we will be able to reach 150 followers before this one. I'll be keeping an eye on this one. We'll be starting at 136, I believe. Let's check on my account. Yep, we will be starting at 136 followers. So you think we will be able to get 40 followers for this one? I honestly highly doubt that. But if it ever works, then it works. And look, it's 7 p.m. now. And you know what that means? 7 p.m.? Yep. It is launch time. Oh, sorry. It is launch. Excuse me. In that case, I can go ahead and just tighten up my elite strap, making sure to fix the silicone cover because it's a bit loose tonight. With this one nicely tightened. Let's see if this one will have a pretty similar issue with Beatable, where last time we pre-ordered this one and it did not show up straight away. Nope, not in the hiddens. Probably not not installed either. But maybe it could be in the Better Horizon store. Go ahead and go to that app. Download. Perhaps we should probably turn on the music for this one as well. This one's probably my favorite part of the music. Probably gonna have to tune it for this one again. With my arm back, this one's now fully installing. In that case, we can go ahead and get it into the position. We need to have a good position and location. And considering that this one is a racing game, we would usually be, let's say, it would pretty much be suggested that we will do this one seated. Good thing for me, I have a pretty good location. And I feel like sitting on the bed would be a good one. Having the phone next to me could also allow me to view the chat by doing what I should have done, but I could have also done, similar to the last stream, which was the Cave Brave, where I looked through the nose hole of the facial interface of my MetaQuest 2 headset. So well then, what are we waiting for? Looks like it's time to start the race club. So we go at 0.5.6. This game is in early access. While the experience is already playable, it will continue to grow with new features, content, and refinements. Yes. So, here we have, sorry, here we have Race Club. And from the perspective, it almost looks pretty much similar to how I remember when I went to the, what was it called again? Playtesting. Now for this one, we got a few goodies. So let's see what the plan is for this one. We got 4 tracks again. With the other 4 coming soon, we still can't use the racing. So in this case, we would have these 4 tracks. We will be doing hot lap and duel. And to keep ourselves entertained, I'll also go through the story of how it was like to playtest this game. So let's go start at White Peaks, and we will go for the Formula V12 first. Perhaps we should decorate this one first. I like mine at a pretty dark one. So we're gonna go for very black on the first one. And I usually love the color red. But specifically really red, the code number FF0000. And what about I'm not really sure what the third color was supposed to be. Probably for the third part, so this case we're just gonna go for yellow. And that represents Germany. Oh wait, the wing hasn't been changed. Ah, there you go. Oh, that doesn't look good. Right, this will be my design. And so let's go ahead and give it a race. We'll start at White Peaks. Total kilometer, 5.2 kilometers. And we got 15 corners, 6 to the left, 9 to the right. So here we are at the racing. Have to make sure to get myself lined up nicely. Let's check on the settings real quick. Automatic gearbox is not gonna be for me. I want that one off. The camera seems to still not work for some reason, but that will be fixed. Now, just to be sure, gotta go ahead and message the developers just to be safe. And just to make sure that I posted the link to the correct channel on the official RACECLUB server. Just calling it unfair because I ended up joining. What happened? Let's restart the lap. With this, I now have my phone officially at the chat, and I'm gonna try my best to see if I can keep that one pretty much set on that one at all times, so that way if the chat does pop up, I'll be able to read them by just looking like this, and then I can just look look with my eyes down. I'll be able to monitor everything if anything goes wrong. And here we have the Formula V12. And that V12 is pretty much V12 hybrid, if I do say so myself. We're here at the, we could call this a cockpit, or I usually prefer to call it the C pit, you know, because the C pit is actually a lot more unique than just calling it cockpit. Just the word cockpit, you know, the first half is a bit inappropriate, so I usually just shorted that first half with C, just C. Does that make sense? So in this case, if you're thinking about this one, that probably shouldn't have been making sense, but I don't know. Let's go ahead and do some goodies, and yeah, let's switch first gear and let's get it onto the track. Our first hot lap we have is Rama with 1:18.25 in. Start things off with some warm-up laps. Good thing for us, we already went into the grass. It has been quite hot while we've played through this tour. So I guess it's probably honestly an excuse for the fact that we're driving a little bit slowly as of now. But we will improve. And it's just the first lap after all. I'll go ahead and follow Rama just to be safe, and then after the next one we will go all out. I'm not sure of the memories. I'm not really sure if I still have that driving memory from another memory from when I did the playtesting at RACECLUB. But we will pretty much see how it goes. So let's see how it will work. Approaching turn 1, and then we'll probably brake about halfway to that straight, and then take the curve, which I didn't manage to do. Town place, we are achieved another time, 1:16. Let's see if we can beat that. Wait, top place. That's the end of this one. And I went up the track just to be sure. I lost count which corner I'm on. But pretty much this sector is probably on 50 yesterday. No problem. Interesting is that this is actually kind of dynamic. So in this case, let's say you could drive the best lap time and then somebody would eventually beat you the moment you cross the finish line. In this case, when you cross the finish line and somebody beats your lap time, then you will be switched from first to second. But we're not here to get number one anyway. Even though we kind of do. Yeah, Tom Place is definitely looking up as well. There's our track record. Our own ghost car. This time I took a little bit easier on my phone. I just realized that the car is a little bit fast, pretty much significantly faster. Well, I guess a little bit faster than initially in the playtesting. I think the playtesting speed at the fifth gear maxed out at about 261 kilometers an hour. And the handling was a bit more grippy, I feel like. I don't know, it should all need to be required for me to just get used to the new release physics. Oh jeez, I did not. I should have paid attention to the road. Check. 111, 213. So it's kind of funny how we have our best lap and the track record. Maybe we should follow both of our golf cars. But where's our other one? Ah, there it is. The Jeremy Challenger 117.603 for position number 2, and ours at 111.213. Would have tried to pretend that this would have been my first time playing RACECLUB, but apparently it's not. Well, not said to be apparent. It's actually for a very specific reason. As a playtester of this game, I definitely had plenty of experience, probably a handful of laps. And from here I'm gonna pull over to the side of the track so that I will easily be able to read the comments. Which, let's go ahead and pretend that there is an imaginary, let's go ahead and mentally imagine that there is an imaginary chat log right over here. Once I get on, it's over. Well, we'll see about that, Mecha 10152. Do you think it has what it takes to challenge the challenger? Well, obviously you're probably stronger than I am, but... Alright. Back onto the track we go. It's kind of like a pit stop. Now the way we play RACECLUB, I kind of forgot to explain. We have the left trigger for the throttle. No wait, let's try again. We have the left trigger for the brake pedal. We have the right trigger for the throttle. We have the grip buttons for various interactions in the MFD. For example, gripping the steering wheel, or just turning wheels, which I am not really sure if this would still work. Somebody actually asked this on Discord, and that's where we'll be testing. This one, the M is pretty much the neutral pedal, but as far as I know, even from the play testing, it did not really work. Oh yeah, by the way, you can actually press this button like this directly. You don't have to just hover over it as I'm demonstrating. You would hover over this with the pointer finger, then press the grip button, and then push forward. But I usually would like to do something like this. So in this case, let's say I'm racing and then just press that, and then it gives me that. So in this case, I'm pressing the D button and it toggles the MFD. I'm gonna set it to the Delta screen. So we get back onto the racing. Let's see who beat us now. Well, it looks like we're still in the lead. Tom plays VR with a 113. That player did not get the chance. Let's restart. Where's the restart button? Oh wait, it's the right thumbstick. What about the left thumbstick? It toggles the rear view mode. And we got a mention on Discord. In stream, we sadly can only hear you a tiny bit. Oh, it appears as we have an issue. Let's see here. Maybe reducing the app audio would help. Is it better yet? Let me still feel like the throttle. Is it good enough? I don't know. It's still not as easy to hear. I'm gonna do the settings a little bit further. App audio, that's almost as low as it gets. Is that good? Is it good? 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100% And of course, if you're wondering why that playback, I had to, do the thing. Right. I think I might be able to be heard a lot better now. I honestly have to thank the user for pointing it out on Discord. Let me go ahead and do a quick reply. And it's sent on content creators. And it was from Mecca. I reduced the game audio to get the mic audio hearable. Putting the phone back down, and I just realized that I kind of caught my left controller on top of a cable. Well, under a cable. But we could easily get that one back. Got that one connected back to the Twitch chat. And then reset. And then do some little bit of this. Maybe a little bit of this. And then we'll go ahead and see how it goes. Let's see if I'm able to be heard better. This is a test drive. Better. Yep, looks like the issue is solved. Right. Let's take a look at the hot lap times. I am currently leading at the time of the streaming, which is 30 minutes. The delta... Okay, the delta is not as significant. Jesus. 2.38 seconds ahead of Tom Place. And Rama is 7 seconds behind. I did not really realize this at first because I didn't really expect the fact that this game would be that loud either. So White Peaks, as the first course, is definitely a pretty good one. It probably was also the one that I've driven the most in the playtesting. Alright, let's go ahead and give it our best. Approaching turn 1. We'll try to take the curb at turn 2. Looks like we got that one a lot better. Left to turn 3. This one should be turn 4, and then we'll slow down for turn 5 as it's sharper. There's our track record, man. Alright, corner 6, and then we got corner 7. Zigzagging, then to the right, corner number 8, and then corner number 9. Left to right, turn 11. Slipping a little bit. I forgot to switch gears from 4th to 5th. And 12th, 13th. And then we have a pretty solid tunnel section at corner number 14. Then we exit the tunnel at the final corner, turn 15. And I did notice that the pit lane is still closed. It seems like it seems like our track record still beat us. Ah, there you go. Tom Place has gained. Let's see if we can beat him. Nothing beats a solid challenge like this one. Right, so we take it out second sector pretty nicely. I don't know why I slowed down there. That definitely wasn't meant to be a part of slowing down. As you can see that, you see my track record, best lap was just slipping. Maybe there was a previous lap beforehand. I definitely messed up at that one. There's Tom Place. And he took the curb. Good thing that we know for this one. We'll push the limits to set the best lap times. But he did not really take the curb at the second corner, unlike I did. Well, kinda did. Yeah, it seems like this corner is a lot difficult than I thought. Well, it should have been. I thought took it. Oh, never mind. For a second before, I thought that it took the corner a bit too sharply. Alrighty, let's see. Tom Place improved further, dropping down from 110 to 109.802. That puts us in a pretty competitive position. Ah, there you go. Now we took it too much. And we got a 1 second slowdown penalty. Which in this case just slows us down automatically. In this case, what we're talking about is that penalty simply just does not allow us to use the throttle for a certain amount of time. This usually happens for infringing, and that also goes for the steward rule. But it looks like we have got quite a solid one. We'll pull over here, and we'll finish White Peaks in the Formula V12 with pretty much almost half a second behind Tom Place, with our lap time 1:10.362. With this, let's go ahead and head on to the next track, which is Quicksand. And looks like Tom Place is at this one again. The best lap time for this one is 1:19.090. It seems like Tom Place actually did this one a lot earlier than we thought. I guess he must have been part of this. And Sven also went through this. And look, we got some competition over here. Kurup 7 at 6. Then we have Linda Raid, and then of course ASE 102, and there's me, Jeremy Challenger, at position number 2 with the stream 39 minutes. Pretty solid one if I say so myself. Now let's head to Quicksand. I suggest that this one doesn't show me this again, the quick tip. So the lap time to beat, 1:19.090. I feel like we can do this. Oh, that was a little bit of Formula drifting already at the final corner before we even started the first lap. The first part is following Tom Play's VR. Or maybe just going for it. In this case, I'm going for it. Wait, what? I'll never get a 9-second slowdown penalty. Let's try that again. Nine seconds of slowdown? That seems kind of like an eternity, don't you think? Alright, here's our second attempt at this track on the first hot lap. So that was not the best exit. Alright, let's see. Here's where we got the penalty. Let's see if it happens again. Nope. That seems kind of confusing, don't you think? I don't know. I don't really know how on earth we were able to. We were just snatching ourselves a flipping 9-second slowdown penalty. Well, no, it looks like we have a battle with Tom Plays though. This can be a little bit difficult if it's in my way, or in this case, in my vision. That was a pretty solid lap time, did you think? We had the Delta toggle. Forgot the toggle. Look, 0.629 behind Tom Place. That was pretty solid. I hit the barrier already. That was actually pretty solid though. We probably should have given each track probably at least up to 6 laps of racing. And now we are just following our ghost car behind. Alright, let's see. Let's take part here. We took that corner a lot better this time. And now for the chicane. Pretty immersive actually. Oh, that was kind of a bad exit at the final corner. Do you think we would still be able to beat? Nah, never mind. Tom Place caught up to us. Let's try that again. Another solid exit at that corner. I guess it's probably always better to take the time and go safely, just taking the corners as lenient as possible, as warm-up, and then go for it as sharply as you can. But where's the fun of that? Yeah, that was probably a good exit. Looks like there we go. Pulling over here. Lap time 1:17.505. That gives us delta. Where you going? That gives us a pretty solid delta by being 1.585 seconds ahead. From here, let's head on to middle. I forgot to tell the information about quicksand. It's a 6.2 kilometer track, 5 corners to the left, 6 to the right. And it's definitely the longest of this stream. As we head back to 5.2 kilometers with middle ground, 6 to the left, 8 to the right. The record time set by Tom Place VR again, 1:27.275. Seems pretty beatable. Although this one could also be the most fun one, I feel like. I feel like the track, this one will be pretty fun because of its fast flowing corners. Now, for reference, RACECLUB is available on the MetaQuest store for 11.99 euros. I got mine at a discount for 8.99 euros, which is the pre-order discount. Already quite a dominant first lap. I don't know why, but I'm kind of surprised for this one. Oh yeah, this one will also have a tunnel too. Ah, there you go, now the crash. Let's see if Tom Place is able to catch up to us. There he is. But I saw him collide with a barrier. Now I crash with the barrier at the second last corner. So at about 15,000 RPM is probably best to switch gears. Jeez, I did that. Oh! $127.266 for our first lap. That's quite a solid one, I should say. Now for a little bit of playtesting story. I actually started the playtesting on 10th of February, 10th of February 2026. And that's where it was at version, I feel like it was at version 0.5.0. So it's pretty early. Ow. Well, that's what I get when I don't pay attention for how it is. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and see where we can... Ah, I accidentally pressed the reset button. Whoops. Let me just head right about here. And yeah, so I went through the playtesting. All we had to do was to head to the official meta link, the link to the meta store from the Discord server, and simply just bang bang, just just join the playtesting. It's a developer thing. It's not so obvious as it seems. Wait, what's this? Chatter account verification settings says require phone verification for some chatter. First time chatters account age less than a week, follower age less than a day. Require email verification. Are you kidding me? Oh wait, that's shield mode. Right, so I guess that is shield mode. And looks like our vehicle has stalled again. Let's see. Could it be the reset button? It seems like our vehicle has just straight up stalled. We don't have any more RPM power. Although usually there's a combo by holding certain buttons. So I guess neutral and this, or I guess any other things. Or in this case, just restart. So yeah, the playtesting was actually quite fun, and I started with the Formula V12 as this is the one of their taste machines, and then after that I went to Formula Electric, and we will definitely get the Formula Electric for this one as well. But yeah, this car, the Formula V12, it definitely did also go 300 kilometers an hour in the playtesting. It does this in the full version as well, but pretty much a lot faster. Has a higher top speed than the playtesting version. And the details should be more detailed as I could have also expected. Well, what the hell? Top place? Jeez, what a coincidence. Top place just got surprisingly close to our lap by being 9 thousandths of a second behind our lap time of 1:27.266. Which I believe it's probably safe for us to conclude here. Let's go see if Tom Place actually beat our lap time on quicksand though. Nope. Still the same thing. But he did get beaten by Illuminated G. So in this case, now Tom Place is second in White Peaks, while we are third. We are first in quicksand, and he is second. We are first in middle ground, and he is second. And C Van is third. So now let's see if we can beat the lap time of Tom Place in less arcs. 5.8 kilometers, 7 to the left, 8 to the right. Now, of course, we could probably use the dials, for the brakes and the differentials. But these ones probably wouldn't want to work, and probably the best for us to test it would be with the Formula Electric. This one will probably be the hardest track on the plate testing, well, the launch release. Which probably is because there's probably has quite a lot of corners that are not smooth. Most of them would probably be sharp. So there's gonna be quite a little bit of slowing down, like this one, for example. I feel like this was a bit of a penalty, but nah, that did not give us. Wow, we really locked up on that one. Approaching the second sector. And this one can also be quite confusing if you don't know where you're supposed to go. Even though there is a map right there on the left side of the screen or vision, it can be difficult on the C-pit view. On the first-person C-pit view, I got a 1 second slowdown penalty because of corner cutting. But of course, the first lap is all pretty much 1 or 2 laps is likely what I just need. One shot in that case. Alright, let's do this. Approaching turn 1. That definitely wasn't the best. These ones are quite sharp. Already past 3 corners, approaching another sharp corner, turn 4. Locking up equally as bad again as we did in the previous lap. Here's second sector. Well, I guess first sector. Yeah, we're definitely doing a little bit worse than the initial ones. Ow. But we should still be able to beat our ghost car, because that ghost car got that 1 second slowdown penalty for cutting that corner. But where was it? Right there, yeah. There you go. The taking and exiting of turn 1 and 2 was a little bit better. And turn 4 was a lot better. This will give us a pretty solid first sector. Pretty doable, pretty standard. And there's Tom Plays, of course. I got a slow down penalty for track limits. So Tom Plays also goes track limits for the first sector. Oh, he seems to be slowing down. That gives us the option to overtake him, and looks like that secures us the lap time, I believe. I forgot to switch gears again, silly me. But we still got that one. And we got a third racer joining along. 15 seconds behind. Goo 49 with 127, 128. And yeah, it looks like that concludes our Formula V12. Alright, let's go ahead and do a little recap. White Peaks is where we are now at third place. So at the time of 59 minutes of streaming, we sit third place in White Peaks, first place in Quicksand, second place in middle ground because Tom Place actually beat our lap time in middle ground by 4 seconds. And then we go for middle ground, which I believe he's likely going to be on there right now. Which I believe he's likely going to beat our lap time there by the time we finish White Peaks in the Formula Electric category. Now, okay, it looks like the Formula Electric is completely white, pretty blank. But of course, after a quick switch, it should give us that color. So let's see. Color one will be really red. The second one will be fully black. See how it goes. And let's see how it also feels like with the third color. And really black. It did not quite go really black. It kind of went more of something else. Okay, we actually kind of like this one. Yeah, this is definitely a good one. The color selection: black, red, black. Let's go check on Formula V12 just to be safe. And he's beating our lap time in middle ground by extending its advantage to 120.773, making us drop down 6 seconds behind. But that's okay. Let's go switch to electric and head on to White Peaks. Linda Reid will be our target with 127.368, followed by Kurup 7 with 128.464. Now for this one, I have to tell you this. This is Formula Electric, and I am absolutely looking forward to race on this one again. Because during my playtesting, I feel like I've raced on this one a lot more than you could think. Let's see. We have three buttons again: the D, the R, and the N. I feel like the N will be the neutral button. I'm not sure what the R is, but from what I know, R would typically be the radio. And then we have the D, which I feel like should have been DRS or maybe the boost mode. Who knows? We got some pretty good settings. We have the dial to the left for the brake bias. We have the middle dial for the power mode. We can set it to save, normal, or attack. I'm gonna set it to a normal mode because that's what the MFD is saying. And then we have the regen where we can set it to -2 or +2. This will pretty much be controlling the regenerative braking, as I could tell. Now, why am I looking forward to drive this car again? It's not because of its aesthetics. It's pretty much where you get to design your own car here in RACECLUB. It's for a more very important reason. Listen to the sound of this car. Do you know what this sounds like? Yep, it literally sounds. I am not even kidding when I say this. I'm gonna slow down a little bit. And I'm gonna quiet down so you can listen to this for yourself. Right, have you made up your mind yet? Now I'm gonna reveal exactly. what this car sounds like. The motor of the Formula Electric literally sounds like Formula E. I'm not even joking. It sounds like Formula E, and specifically a very special kind of Formula E, because it actually has the motor of pretty much one of my absolute, of pretty much the team that I favor the most. Probably the motor from one of my favorite teams, Jaguar TCS Racing. At the 7500 RPM is the pit lane speed of 50 kilometers an hour, where in game for this one is 130 kilometers an hour. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a lap time with the, I feel like this is gonna be absolutely fun. Let's go check on the headset battery first, just to be safe. As of now, the headset is sitting at 99% in headset and 45% in the extended battery, giving us a total of 72%. Pretty good, and it is 7:56 p.m. And this is where the story goes. I already told you that this car sounds like a flipping Jaguar TCS Racing. And that is usually because that actually shocked me, because it actually made me think that this has to be a very special one. RACECLub especially kind of accidentally made one of the most realistic sounding Formula E vehicles in virtual reality. As we accelerate out of the final corner from the hot lap and start our lap. Oh, I'm so excited for this one already. Right, so here we have Linda Reid, our track record holder. It's in a purple vehicle. I'm pretty sure we might be able to beat her on our warm-up lap. But I'm gonna give her a fighting chance just because why not? So now I just let her overtake the ghost car overtaking me. And we will be following her as we do. He goes off the course at what corner was it again? Turn 4 or 5. Here we're at 7. And let's see if we can use the safe mode. Actually, I'm just gonna preset this to attack mode. And the NRG, that stands for energy. Alright, that was the warm-up lap, and now it's time for us to no longer go easy on her. Let's go ahead and try to beat her lap time. I'm getting you, Linda. And I'm getting you, me. Come here, me. Your lap time. I guess my lap time is not worth my lap time. That was the weirdest sentence of my life. It's kind of like a trash talking to your own lap time. I'm pretty sure Tom Place might also be finished with Formula V12 at that point. So we might expect him to come into this track as well. Meanwhile, I'm just approaching the tunnel. No problem. And onto the final corner. And then just sprint to the line. at top speed 240 kilometers per hour on line crossing. There's our two vehicles again. It's kind of ironic racing against two ghost cars, both made by us, and then we have a third one, which is our point of view on this stream racing. I'm overtaking my best lap time, and now I'm ready to overtake my track record holder. Or maybe not, because I went wide at turn 5. Ow. I feel like the best lap time might beat me to this one. Alright, let's switch this one to attack mode. And set the region to -2. This will allow us to likely have the best chance. It's not really sure if we will be faster than this one because the attack strategies have not been implemented yet. Because the engine mode will still say normal mode even though we have it on attack mode, but that's fine. I could just pretty much just go flat out for pretty much all of the second sector. But not quite for the first or third sector. I do have to slow down on some of them. But for most of the time you can go flat out, but that will drain your battery. Let's see if we can achieve a 120 though. Just barely, 128.58. I feel like we can go ahead and do one more lap and then switch to the next track with this Formula Electric. And we took that corner like a champ. The second corner was taken like a champ. That curb taking was excellent. First sector Delta 0.291. Ahead. Approaching the turn 7 at 220 kilometers an hour. Ah, there's our track record again. Let's try to beat that. Or I guess beat me. Because I'm the lap holder. Oh, you're not going to take that win for me. I will be taking that win. Me. Yeah, look at that guy. And we finished this one with 119.956. 4 seconds ahead of your fate 1337. That achieved a lap time of 124.184. That was a solid one. And for this one, we just spent 10% of our energy. Onto V12. Combliss is still at the middle ground. Now we have a delta at 7 seconds behind. And Illuminated G is definitely going quite well. So now we go to quicksand, and Z-Van is the only one here at that point. So for quicksand, the lap time to beat Z-Van 132.644. Let's go ahead and get that absolutely gorgeous Jaguar TCS racing style motor sound again. I really hope I will be able to hear this. Yeah! And with this, let's go ahead and begin. I love the fact we have the Terracom sponsors. Wow, Z-Van really has a very stylish design of his vehicle. The green and yellow design really fits quite well with this one. There's also a firefighter over there. I did not even notice that. As we cross second sector, we head on to the third sector with the chicane, which we can take at 185, and then this one at 170 kilometers an hour. It's kind of ironic how on the first lap of the Formula V12 section in quicksand, we ended up getting a flipping 9-second slowdown penalty. I still don't even know how that happened. But for most of the time, we pretty much just got 1-second slowdown penalties. And your face beats us! And your face decides to go with a very simple one. Your face has a white and black skin. He beat us by 1 second, 0.255. 1.255 ahead of us. Pretty good, huh? But we still beat Z-Van. Alright, we're closing in on your face 1337. Hello, your face. I was gonna say in your face, but not gonna mean your little face. And yeah, we did take the corner. We take a little bit of the curb of the. Speaking of curb, I hit the curb there. Ow! A little bit too early on that corner. Let's go put the mode on attack and try to fight with your face. On turn 2. Here's turn 3. I did not slow down. Oh, I crashed at turn 4. Let's reset. When you reset with this one, the energy does not get reset. So we will take off at 95. Although we did take off at 100, I should probably also clarify just in case. Well, that was a pretty solid take on turn 1. Just that I did went off the track a little bit, but that's fine. Good. We got turn 4 quite nicely. Here's turn 5. And then the switchback between 6 and corner 7. Which I still don't get the 6-7 meme. Right about after turn 7, this straight is where we got the penalty. As we approach turn 8 and 9. Then for the third sector. And then we got the chicane 12, 13, 14 and 15. I almost took it a little bit too early this time at turn 14. And then landing off at a sharp turn 16. With a little bit of formula drift. This should be a good one, right? Yeah, pretty good. 1 second ahead. Or was it 1 second? Let's check. According to the hot lap leaderboard, it says that we are, can this display us, 0.890 seconds ahead. So it's like the third time that we have 2 of our ghost cars, of our own ghost cars racing against each other. It's gonna be really unique to see how the track record beats our best lap of 129.505 versus the track holder, the record holder at 128.197. Guess we can switch it back to normal mode. Now, where is your face? I'm gonna slow down to see. Where's your face? Your face isn't there. Now we're gonna go for 80 kilometers an hour as we go ahead and park at the pit lane entrance. Because the pit lane is closed. Pretty strange though. So we finish. Oh wait. There were 11 corners in quicksand? Regardless. So far we achieved first position on both tracks of the Formula Electric category. Let's see if we can keep that one up. For reference, Formula V12, White Peaks, third place. Quicksand, first place. Second place for Middle Ground, and first place for Les Arcs. It also tells us the rank position. We got 3, 1, 2, 0. That does not supposed to say that. In that case, let's go ahead and head on to Middle Grounds. And the last 2 were pretty much at the time. Nobody has set a lap time yet. So in this case, will become our first one. Here's the third Jaguar takeoff. This one will also be the fastest. We'll also have the longest straight for us to test the speed of the car. So in this case, our top speed for the first one clocked in at 251 kilometers an hour. It's kind of a unique thing that I also used to just jitter the wheel when I kind of spin around, which is kind of like shaking the wheel against the direction, something like this. And I've just initiated a Formula Drift. Oh, that was kind of risky. But with more speed out of that final corner, we'll begin our actual hot lap. Let's see, 250, 251, 253, 256 kilometers per hour top speed. 137,693 is our first target and our first record set ever on the launch release. We'll be going for 2. Oh, I really thought I had it. Let's see if we can still maintain our position. Nope. Right, I'm gonna slow down for this one and let my ghost car overtake. Where is he? Oh, there he is, just coming by. He's like, get out of the way! It's my position! It's literally what the ghost car was like. Although he did go through me, and that was like, that's what you get when you don't get out of my way, man. Right, climbing up a little bit. We approach turn 1. Pretty sharp, but manageable, and then we head on a pretty smooth sailing at turn 2. And then I feel like this should be turn 3. To the left we go to turn 4, transition to our right to turn 5. And we meet the race club sponsors for turn 6 as we start turn 7 for the second sector. Turn 8, we almost overshot that one again. Turn 9, pretty good. Sailing through turn 10. Here's 11. I was gonna say this one's 12-13 combo. Ow. Still 2 seconds ahead. look at a ghost car just chasing behind us. Clearly faster than us. Because we also collided with the wall again. Well, that's quite solid over there. And we will finish middle ground with 134.867. Once again with that stupid 6-7 mean. I mean, the 6-7 mean is not that bad. But you know what else is very bad? Flipping Epstein. I hate Epstein with a burning passion. Now, not even gonna bring this up, man. I swear to God, if anyone decides to catch up with flipping Epstein, then yeah, you know, you're gonna have a bad dinner. Equally bad with flipping Putin. Stupid Russian president. But this isn't a game made by Russia. This is a game likely made by, I don't know, maybe an American game studio. It's pretty typical. Google 49 just beat our lap time in less arcs in the Formula V12 category by 0.373 seconds. And it looks like we have also been beaten by Tom Place in the quicksand for the Formula V12 category by 1.025. I guess we'll go ahead and enjoy the streak of 1-1-1 while it lasts. Let's see if we can make it a 1 in less arcs as well. I feel like this is gonna be fun. Here's one more time for the Jaguar takeoff. But this time I'm just gonna do a pretty slow rolling start, so we're gonna start at let's say 100 kilometers an hour. That will be our rolling start speed. I'm feeling kind of nervous, but it's also a very fun one. And now let's accelerate. The first lap is definitely where we will be able to learn the track and the physics. Less arcs definitely would be the hardest, I guess the toughest course out of the initial four. It's kind of funny to imagine that there are extra sponsors. Well, sponsors named Extra. There's the less arcs. Oh, we went off, but did not get the slowdown penalty. It usually just goes just from track limits. So, and there's Mark 3 as well. As we approach the final corner. Let's see if we will be. I feel like we should be warmed up from there already. Let's see if we can get our best lap time. I also bet that there's gonna be someone also dropping by. If I do end up getting a first place on this one as well, and I finish with all first places on all four of them, I might as well cook myself up a pizza. We actually have one pizza left in the freezer. It's gonna be quite a challenge, but it's also worth it for me to pretty much reward myself for my effort, the initial efforts. Let's see how. Even my ghost car just hit that wall, the same wall that I just hit. A little bit more muscle memory and timing to do the cornering strategically. And this gives us 122.557. I feel like one more lap should do it. Never mind. I feel like we should be happy with what it is. But let's go ahead and finish this lap real quick. And then we will also go through the cornering as well. So I guess 2 more laps for this one. And it seems like we would not really be able to do the duels. Considering there isn't much players, considering we don't have much players on the leaderboard already, we might be able to do that though this Saturday though. Since it's Thursday today. On Saturday, we will have significantly more players and lap times on the leaderboard, which will be good for the testing of the duel. So in this case, this stream is about to turn into a 2-part stream. That was a pretty good take on turn 1, 2, and 3. Here it goes turn 4 again. Have to slow down pretty significantly here at less than 100 kilometers an hour. We approach turn 5. And finish sector 1 with turn 6. Start sector 2 with turn 7. Slow down a little bit in turn 8, and then pretty much make sure that we actually get turn 9 correctly, which we did. That will significantly increase our pace. Here's turn 10. And then sector 3 goes with 11 and 12. There goes 13. We have the 14 east on nicely, and then just ease our way for turn 15. I didn't also notice the speed trap. 120.777! Wow, we got the 777. So glad to finish this one off with a 777. Let's pull over on turn 1, and wow. One of the crowd members is waving a race club flag. And then just stall. Alright, let's see if we got the 1111 on all of them. So here is a recap on the Formula Electric. At the time of streaming, 1 hour 38 minutes. We got first place on White Peaks with 119.956. In Quicksand, we got first place 128.197. Middle Ground is the only one at the time with 134.867. And then finally, Les Arcs, where we are also the only one at 120.777. Now for Formula V12, for this finish, we will be placed at 4th place, and the winner is the Tom Plays VR with 108.410. Pretty solid stuff. And Marco Capelli beat us as well, so in this case we are no longer in the top 3. Now we go to Quicksand, where we will be sitting at a pretty proud 2nd place with 117.505. And Tom Plays beat us to this with 116.480. That is a delta of 1.025. Then we have Middle Ground, where we will still sit at a pretty good 3rd place. Sanchez Lad VR beat us to this one with a 126.537. And Tom Plays goes for this again with a 120.217. Ours is 7 seconds behind the leader as 127.266. To be precise, 7.049 in delta. And then we have Les Arcs. The only one that Tom Plays did not go first place on. But Google 49 did. With our delta at 0.373 behind the leader with a 111.893. Google 49 did it with a 111.5 20. Now for the Formula Electric. We sit at first place with 119,956, followed by the Quicksand at 128,197. Here we have the only one in middle grounds with 134,867, and the only one at less arcs at 127,777. That was a pretty solid one. Now let's go ahead and exit after the music. Ah, good to be back. The Horizon pass through. I honestly did not expect the fact that the audio was gonna be so loud that I would have to turn my app audio significantly down. Maybe next time, maybe the next time I'll stream Race Club, I will have to turn the app audio to pretty much right about here, in the middle of the text of the microphone audio, in this case, the A in the audio. It looks like our extended battery is about to deplete, but that's okay because we were just about to conclude the stream here. And yeah, we actually had a pretty solid one. We were sitting on one half quite solid. By that I mean we had 6 members on one half on the first half of the stream, and then we're just sitting at 2 on the second half, especially to the end. And the finishing is still 136 followers. Kind of a disappointing result, but you know what? I'll take it. I'm gonna have to take this. Maybe not for long though, as we'll go ahead and transition the fact that the stream is going to continue. Well, in this case, Race Club will be continuing for this one. Once we transition over to the duels, where we will have, where let's say the next update will be in place, the duels will be very significant. Let's go take the headset off. And then I just realized, well, it should have been realizing. But speaking of that, let's check on the goal. We're now sitting at 137 followers. So in this case, we actually got 1 follower. So we actually made quite a small amount of progress. But it's not to be clear who did it. Luckily for me, I had the phone. And it is Mecca 10152 that followed us actually 1 hour ago. So we will definitely thank him for that. Pretty solid stuff. With this, let's go ahead and conclude the stream here. I really appreciated that you guys watched with us along. We did quite a lot of racing, quite a handful of laps of racing, and quite a lot of corners to maneuver. Maybe over hundreds of corners to maneuver. We will see you on Saturday, which will also be the last day of February. And maybe it will also allow me to have a better explanation to, let's say, how it would feel like to, let's say, even more of the story where I get to share the full detail of the playtesting era. We will see you there. Just remember, a challenger doesn't give up. Also, this one is a VOD, a video on demand. So if you missed the stream on Twitch, it will be uploaded here on YouTube. Nothing will be missed on this one. Because once the streams are done on Twitch, it will be transferred to YouTube. Pretty simple stuff. We will see you there.